Taxi owners and operators are demanding their TERS payments from their respective associations in the Eastern Cape. The Gqeberha taxi industry is still fuming after weeks of deliberation over the non-payment of government's COVID-19 relief funding. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda has that story. Tell us about the...
Well, as of 5 to 5 this afternoon, the taxi industry is still... Well, as of 5 to 5 this afternoon, the taxi industry meeting was still ongoing at New Brighton Library. This after several weeks of disputes between taxi bosses and taxi operators against their associations. They claim that their associations may have stolen COVID-19 relief funding. Now, this money is to the tune of over 20 million rand, and many people who have been up in arms in the industry say that, they will be forced to go on a strike. We've seen very ugly scenes over the past month. On the 25th of May, the last time I was here, we saw very ugly scenes. Many people stoning vehicles during this protest action. Many people were unable to even go to work because a lot of people who live in townships here at Nelson Mandela Bay municipality rely on minibus taxis. But we also saw several buses, at least 8 Algoa buses, gutted during the protest action that took place near Motherwell. But what we also can confirm at this stage is that the meeting, there will be another one at around 10 a.m. where taxi operators and taxi bosses will be briefing many of the guys that weren't part of today's proceedings at the eNCA Stadium in Zwide with regards to what could be the next step forward. We do understand that there's a possibility of another meeting taking place on Tuesday, but the threat is that there could be another protest in the foreseeable future, possibly next week, given that it seems like there's no resolution reached at this stage. So we are sooner to hearing from the taxi associations who promised us an interview following their meetings. They said that the media is barred from today's gathering, and we are hoping to get more reaction from the industry as to what has been discussed behind closed doors. We do know that the Department of Employment and Labour also tried to find out what could have been the cause, where the money was allocated to. They tried to assist many of the taxi drivers who claim that they didn't receive funding. So we also know that the executive mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, Gqeberha, was also part of those mediation processes. But there seems to be still a stalemate between all parties involved in the taxi industry. And during the protests that took place here last month, Gqeberha even called on Cyril Ramaphosa, the president, to deploy the army in Nelson Mandela Bay because the situation really got worse. So we are hoping, as residents, and many residents who are here are hoping, that we don't see similar scenes break out, but we are sooner to hearing from the taxi industry, hopefully by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda giving us the story about what's going on, in particular with taxi owners in Gqeberha, and he'll, of course, stay on that story for us. Let me remind you